Good afternoon, Asif.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're not visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see you now. Good afternoon, Asif. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Fine. So, tell me something about you, Asif.
My name is Sheikh Asif Ali. I born and brought up in Cuttack. I'm residing with my family. It's a joint family. We have three brothers and a sister. Apart from it, as per my academic qualification, I have completed my matriculation from Sai Seminary High School, then plus two from Revencia Junior College, then graduation from Revencia University, and subsequently I completed my
Your voice
PhD
is
degree.
not clearly visible, not clearly audible. Your voice. Can you speak louder?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I completed my LLB degree from Madhusudan Law College in the year 2019, and then LLM from Madhusudan Law College in the year 2021, and preparing for judiciary examination.
Okay.
Little bit. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me, Asif? Uh, I've asked this question multiple times to many people, and they have failed to answer. So let me ask you one more time. That whether a widowed daughter-in-law can claim maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC from her father-in-law.
Under Section 125 CRPC, it is only applicable to no. Generally, answer is no.
And then can she claim it under any other act?
Yes, Adoption and Maintenance Act, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, in which she can
Okay,
claim maintenance
okay,
from father-in-law.
okay. Next question is Asif, that what do you mean by burden of proof and how is it different from onus?
Burden of proof means generally burden means liability. Proof means to give evidence. So burden of proof generally means liability to give evidence. The term burden of proof generally in criminal cases is upon the prosecution to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. Until then, accused is presumed to be innocent. This burden never shifts. It is known as burden of proof, which is incorporated under Section 101 of the Indian Evidence Act. Whereas, with regard to owners of proof, it shifts from one party to another. For example, in in case of insanity, it is upon the accused to prove it. So, as it is an exception as per Section 105 of the Evidence Act, it is an exception. So, it is the accused to prove it. If he proves it, then if he proved this, then the onus is shifted to the prosecution to disprove it. So, onus is something that is shift from one party to another, but burden is always fixed.
Okay. Uh, Tell me, Asif, suppose this suit is undervalued, what will be the job of the court then? Whether they should reject it, return it, what is the scenario?
As per Order 7, Rule 11, if it is undervalued, it generally be rejected. However,
Will be
if the court, yes, pardon, sir.
yes. Tell me. Yes, tell me. You tell me first.
Generally, it is rejected. However, if court gives an opportunity, within certain period. If he properly valued, court may not reject it.
So you're saying that if it is undervalued, court should directly reject it.
Immediately, court generally cannot reject. It gives an opportunity,
Gives an opportunity to what?
properly valued it.
Properly value it. Suppose he properly values it, then
Then it will continue. It won't be rejected.
how can it continue? In most of the cases, it can't continue because I said that suppose it's a suit of I am a civil judge, junior division court.
Yes, sir.
Huh? So he has valued it. Why? So that it can bring it under my jurisdiction. That's why she has undervalued it. Now, if I give it to value it properly, and if he values it properly, then it will exceed my jurisdiction. Then I have to do what?
So you have to send it to the proper court
I
with
have to
the
return
proper
it.
jurisdiction.
So I have to
Return.
return it. And if it does not value it correctly, then only I will reject it. Okay. So that is the scenario. Anyway, coming to the next part, that is limitation act. I'll ask a question. Limitation act. Can you tell me when a delay can be condoned?
Delay can be condoned. Generally, as per section 5, when sufficient cause is shown, then delay can be condoned.
And what can be a sufficient cause? Can the ill health of the advocate be a sufficient cause?
If it is a serious nature, it depends upon the facts and circumstance of each case. It is not predefined, and court to adopt means, in order to advance substantial justice, court to consider what should be the justification for sufficient cause to allow the appeal or application other than execution of decree. Then only he can, after considering the same, he will continue. Otherwise, it won't.
Can you tell me what is a rescission of a contract?
Recession of contract. Recession. Recession of the contract. As per specific relief act, recession. Recession of a contract. It's rescind a contract. When
Yes.
the contract is to be rescinded due to when the contract is unlawful or voidable by the plaintiff, or it is for any when the contract is voidable or terminable by the plaintiff. There are two reasons why the contract is voidable or terminable by the plaintiff, or it is unlawful for the cause is not apparent from the face of the record. Then court at its discretion rescind it.
Okay.
Under section 30, 27, 27 of the Specific Relief Act.
Okay. Can you tell me what's a Khas Mahal land?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Can you tell me what's a class one land
Class 1 land in which two or more crops grown in any 1 year within a
and
period of
class
3
four
years.
and class four?
Class 4 which doesn't come in any of the category of class 1, class 2 and class 3 land.
Good, good. Can you tell me the role of a tahsildar in a bandobast case?
Tahsildar is the chief administrator officer of the revenue administration within a tehsil, but I'm not aware of its function actually. Sorry,
Don't
sir.
know. Okay. Can you tell me what is the difference between a casual leave, a special casual leave, and a elected leave?
Casual leave. Casual leave is something that is allowed on certain for 1 day or 2 days. That is a casual leave by the employer or the appointing authority or maybe the head of the office on its application. For so
Okay, fine. Can you tell me what is the rule that is there for a government servant to apply for a passport?
sir, I not unable to recall sir, exactly.
Okay, Asif, you are a Muslim by religion.
Yes, sir.
I yes. There is a common perception that the community does not actually progress because they do not allow the women to study or further their interest in the manner that they want. Do you agree with this? Being a member of that community, I want to hear from you.
At present, the society is changing. That was the perception previously, uh,
Hmm.
during which the the community feels the whole community, not only the Muslim but also the whole community thinks that they are considered to be a burden to the community,
Right.
and they are not allowing, and generally Muslims are not allowing, were not allowing their children to for studies and even to go out. But at present, this scenario is totally is different. They and they are they able to understand the value of study as well as the value of women in the society and their contribution. They can capable to contribute more. Even they are capable to understand better than a male child. And in my community, even I am witnessing at present what I have seen previously 10 years back is totally different at present. Even they are going to college and in schools.
Slow, but it's changing. It's changing very
Yes, yes, yes.
absolutely.
Gradually changing. But a great difference has been seen since last 20 years in what I witnessed in my local area.
Okay, okay. Suppose as if you are posted as a as an assistant director of law in the energy department of the Odisha government. Okay. And what happens is that there is a strict policy that no consumption of electricity can be allowed without a valid meter, without a properly working meter. No hooking system will be allowed. That is there. So, but there have been numerous cases which are filed by the government against individuals who are living in slums and they probably use the hook system and they don't have a meter, they don't have a valid meter. They use hook system. In fact, in villages also, till now also, there is no valid meter. They pay the minimum bill and get away with it. Suppose there there you encounter situations where there are many peoples who are either not having any meter or paying the minimum bill and getting away with it because of a faulty meter, or they are using the hook system and not paying any bill at all. So, but they are very poor people and they have no means to actually get electricity. So, how, as an assistant director of law, will you suggest the government to deal with such a situation where you have to balance the interest of two stakeholders, that is the government and the taxpayers' money on one hand, and the limited energy resources on one hand, and on the other hand, the interest of the poor people who have no means to get an electric connection and they are dependent on this.
Yes, sir. First of all, I have to balance in between the two, the government as well as the interest of the people who are using the electricity in such a manner. The thing is that the person, those who are using it, first of all, I have to find out whether they are in the condition, whether they are capable to pay the bill or not. If they are incapable, living in slum, even they have no foods to eat, proper food to eat, sufficient means to uh, for livelihood, I have to first of all I request the government for apply means consider them as a below poverty line, as a BPL holder. So for them, government have numerous scheme, not only for all over Odisha as well as India. Government has contributing a number of policies for them to uplift their position in the society. So that is what the concept of the federal structure of the constitution implies. Hence, uh, some kind of subsidies to be given to them. Hence, and on the basis of that, I request the government on behalf of them for the to consider their claims regarding any subsidy, so that they can able to use a minimum charges instead of using is freely a minimum charges. The for example, as in Delhi, the government has contributed uh, free electricity for certain units. I will consider them for such kind of scheme and make proposal to the government to consider the same on behalf of them, so that the balance between the government as well as the users of electricity will be managed.
Thank, thank you, Asif. It was a pleasure having a conversation with you, and I'll give the detailed feedback later.